Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about something that we have already talked about this year. We are going to be talking about adjectives. So let's think about adjectives and what we already know. We already know that adjectives are what kind of words? Hopefully you said they are describing words. So adjectives are words that describe. Words like tall, short, soft, long, quiet, angry, beautiful. We use these words to add more details and descriptions to what we're trying to talk about. So today we are going to learn about two different types of adjectives that help us compare and describe items. So the first that we are going to talk about is what we call a comparative adjective. And what a comparative adjective will do is it's going to take two different things, it's going to compare them and use an adjective to describe, to tell the difference. So if I have these two markers, we can tell that this marker is taller than the blue marker. We can also tell that this marker is thinner than the blue marker. So our words taller and thinner would be what we call comparative adjectives. They're comparing two things and using a word to describe the difference between the two. So taller, thinner, we could maybe say wider or shorter if we're talking about the blue, comparing it to the black. Another type of adjective is called a superlative adjective. And a superlative adjective is when we take, we have one person or thing and we're comparing it to the whole group. So think about your class. Think about your class from school this year. And I want you to think about the tallest person in your class. So if you think about the tallest person in your class, in my room, I'm going to say it was me. So Miss Dinsdale is the tallest person in her class. I'm comparing me to all of the other students that are in my room. So that's what we call a superlative adjective, the word tallest. I'm comparing myself to everyone else in the room. So a comparative adjective is going to compare two things and give us a descriptive word to describe. A superlative adjective is going to describe one person or thing to the whole group and use that word to describe. So let's take a look at the three types of adjectives in a sentence. So I've got our sentence here, and our adjectives are underlined in, or written in the teal and underlined, so we can see them in the sentence. So yesterday was warm. The word warm is our adjective. It's describing yesterday. When we look right here, yesterday was warmer than today. So we're comparing yesterday and today. We're comparing two things. So that is a comparative adjective. Warmer is our comparative adjective. Yesterday was the warmest day in April. So we are comparing just yesterday, one thing, to all the days in April. Yesterday was the warmest. So the word warmest is our superlative adjective. So you guys are probably thinking, oh, that's pretty easy. I can do that. No big deal. I know that you see these words all the time, but now you know what they're called. You know that we call them not only adjectives, but we call them comparative adjectives when we compare two things, and superlative adjectives when we're comparing one thing to the rest of the group. And then, of course, an adjective is always going to describe. So when you're reading your stories this week for reading, I want you to look through the stories and look through the books and be thinking and seeing if you can identify any adjectives, superlative adjectives, or comparative adjectives. And that is what you're going to be using for your assignments today. So hopefully you've got all that down. If you have any questions, be sure and let us know in your class dojo, and we will see you next week.